you dove into this world for a treasure, but you got distracted by the glitter of gold and diamonds, and forgot about the pearl you came for. Of all that you have accumulated in this life, what can you take with you? Money? Status? Recognition? There are no hands that can carry this burden beyond the boundaries of this world. But there is a light that you will take with you into whatever world God anoints you next. This is the first video in the series, The Multidimensional Message of Jesus. And today, we speak of what matters most, why you are here, and what you should truly seek. Listen with your heart. From what assumptions about the nature of things do you build your picture of the world? What rises above your sense of truth? With how many layers is the reality of love covered within you? What seems eternal, and what burns away forever in the rays of sunset? Answer these questions for yourself, and feel the answer with the wisest space within you. When knowledge of the false crumbles, wisdom rises to the surface. Of all the events that have passed before your eyes, which will remain in eternity, and what will sink into oblivion. From wherever an unknown land is reborn within you, from there comes knowledge of the essence of the earthly path. What becomes important when you immerse yourself in the three-dimensional world is not at all the same pearl you dove for. Distracted by the strangeness of sea fish, carried away by the current, enchanted by the riches of sunken ships, you forgot the treasure you originally came for. The pearl that shines brighter than any bright and deceptive light of gold and diamonds is hidden from your eyes. But as a true treasure hunter, you did not dive without coordinates. You simply forgot them the moment the magnificence of glittering gifts eclipsed your memory of the true purpose. Yes, you were not mistaken. You are here to accumulate. But you turned your gaze to the wrong riches. What will not be destroyed by the change of reality is the fresh pearls, to find which you dove into the depths of the sea. And only their light can you preserve and multiply, carrying it into the worlds that await you. Can your immortal essence touch money and other alluring forms? There are no hands that could carry this worthless burden beyond the world. But the glitter that enchanted you will remain as obsession in the layers of your very being. No, such a find is not worth such a deep dive to the ocean floor. Seek the pearl whose light you will take with you into whatever world God anoints you next. With this light, you will illuminate any depth and any height. If you are ready, with this light you will create even the surroundings of your own universe within the infinite mind of the Creator. Is there any more significant task in your life than the accumulation of divine light, capable of illuminating any darkness and multiplying itself across worlds? Do not trade the eternal for murky dreams in which there is neither meaning nor joy. The bitter loss of the true cannot compare to any skill, any possession, any worldly victory. The eternal is not scattered across parts of the world, and therefore it makes no difference where your body resides. What you intended to find at the bottom of the sea, dove down there with you. It is not about the place, but about what this place has created around you and what role it compels you to play. Once you discover the answer to the main question of life, how to multiply the light of your pearl, then your mission will be united with God's plan. From beneath the eternal, only the eternal emerges, and what fades through the ages has no place in the heart of God's child. Obtaining worldly recognition. From what delusion is this striving born? Your nature is equal to the greatest of possibilities. Your greatness is already valued in eternity. So, what recognition do you seek while dwelling as a beginning in the imperishable source? The sorrow of doubting your chosen path leads you to thirst for recognition. But as long as you doubt, true recognition will not be seen. Recognition that comes from outside is not your goal. Such a goal is unfit to pave the road for a being of light and love. Recognition that flows from the very heart of your being, that is the great goal. There, in this oasis, is both the beginning and the end of the path. There, too, is the healing of any false goal setting. By what measure do you approach yourself, placing others' opinions on a pedestal before you? And if there were a quadrillion opinions, which is quite natural in the universe, how would you choose the true one? There are no two alike in the kingdom of the infinite, and so are you not doomed to eternal pleasing of diversity. In the chase for recognition lies a trap. To believe that without others' approval you are not worthy of existence itself, and therefore to obtain this approval at any cost. It is not human approval you seek, but heavenly, which matters more to you than any earthly worship. But how can you find heavenly approval while looking only at the variety of forms and countless opinions? The heavens are not governed by such a design. Only what is abundant within you will be reflected in the world you see. Therefore, recognition from outside cannot be obtained as if from the Lord Himself, whom you extracted from yourself and placed outside. Until you grasp the silent recognition of your magnificent presence in the world as the most primary basics, who will be ready to grant you this recognition? Self-importance does not count here, for true recognition is not recognition of achievements. You have created and will create with God's help so much that centuries cannot count it. The scales by which you measure yourself matter only to you. That recognition which is accomplished in reverent silence in unity with the Source itself can become the beginning of your understanding of the sacredness of your being, and along with you, every other being created by the world. The exile you perform upon yourself day after day is in reality the search for this silent acceptance, which you have craved since the first moments of separation from the kingdom of God. But exile never happened. You believe in it because you are overly enchanted by the theater of forms. The highest recognition, the act of dissolving in the parental embrace of your source, you never lost and cannot lose. It is inseparable from your very depths and can be fully lived by you. Allow yourself, even for a moment, to forget about yourself, about your place in the world, and about the world itself. What joy is available to you, and how long have you walked toward it, believing that the path is laid out in time and space? That path cannot be measured by any yardstick and is not bound by hours. What has been placed within you by creation itself surpasses all worldly measurements. Eternity is your Father's home. Infinity is your body. All manifestation is your essence. What must the one who approves of you be like in order to appreciate the incomprehensibility of your nature? Perhaps only one who is like you in everything. Seek one who remembers their true origin, and in blessed silence see their regal acceptance, as if looking at you from a reflection. Thus, between two such reflections I am fully present, and whoever is with me is not separated from me. Totality, that is your anchor. This feeling comes from where no shores are visible, where no waters are felt, and the extreme degree of concentration, together with a pure and silent gaze, is under your wings. On them you will fly to where earthly measures cannot measure space. Anchor and wings are compatible when ground is found within, and bonds are broken without. The slavery in which your mind has placed you is destroyed by the treasure of thoughtlessness, and with it, there is nothing that would not be under your power. I have always wanted to convey to you only this simple truth. Do you really think the road to the source is difficult and thorny? A poor father is one who makes his child wander in darkness, giving hints only rarely. Open your eyes, and you will see. Where God's child is, there is God's dwelling. Self-doubt is a trick of the mind. With doubt, one cannot enter the heavenly abode. Exodus happens when love fills your head, taking upon itself the time of power over you in which the mind is rooted. With love, there are no barriers in your perception. Therefore, no matter how much you search with thought, you will find only thought. But when you inquire with your heart, all answers will instantly open. The persecution you have arranged for yourself is a game of being lost, where you are both victim and tormentor. How many troubles must you pull yourself out of to understand that the wall of your home is always with you? Turning in disbelief to pictures of reality as the final truth, what will you find but vague images in wisps of smoke, scattered by the wind over a handful of ashes? While you wonder whether the world is real, truth itself awaits your participation. And when the truth is discovered, reality itself will come to you with a bow and offer its best gifts. The brilliant solution for you is to abandon all searching and dive into what is not subject to time, what is revealed to you by creation in this very moment. As long as the seeker within you has lost something, there will be loss and pain for what is lost in your reality. But as soon as you change searching to finding, surveying with a clear gaze what surrounds you, the loss disappears, and with it the one who forgot their value. It is your right to create loss for as long as you wish. There is no harm in that. The Eternal gives no orders to time. But if there is pain for what is lost, is it not better to heal it, and, in releasing all struggle, find what is desired in what was never lost? The light of your source can't be eclipsed by a false game. You divide the universe into molecules, atoms, quanta, but in this bustling, can you see the whole? Even if you studied every inch of the emptiness that fills the world, what would you find in it but new questions? Therefore, admit to yourself, the answer to the main question, however simple it may be for you, you have already found. And what to do next with this answer, leave to me. Why should one who is outside of time, being their own source, worry about the future? From belief in birth and death, your fear of your own insignificance, your worthlessness took root. Therefore, the only cure for this forgetting is to replace belief in mortality with knowledge of your eternal primordiality. And even if this knowledge is the size of a mustard seed, I will grow from it for you a tree of experience on which your dreams will become fruit. Christmas is celebrated by your spirit when recognition of divine consciousness within yourself occurs. The Star of Bethlehem is the guiding ray of your attention, directed toward the birth of God. The feeling of the maternal moon, softness, peace, and feminine tenderness within you. Whoever is born from this pure ocean of love is like Christ, born in the matter of immortal participation. For the birth of Christ consciousness within you, the union of the inner man and inner woman is spiritual in nature. The Immaculate Conception of Mary occurs in the consciousness of a person open to the miracle of faith in their godlikeness and in the heavenly garment observed around reality. Thus, bypassing the physical merging of masculine and feminine energy within, a person transcends corporeality and is born as a child of God in the caring hands of matter. Having been born as a human in flesh, follow the star of your attention in search of God, like the Magi. Turning inward, find within yourself Mary and Joseph, the softness of the heart and the wisdom of the mind attuned to it, and unite them into a single force, becoming the fruit of their love. And then observe your God birth, which invariably occurs each time this star ignites within you. Rejoice in the second coming, for it is your birth in the world of spirit, created for you and by you, beloved. There is no other Christ except the one who discovers truth within you. And, as long as this truth is unrecognized, there is no sadder fate in the world than God's child who has forgotten their origin. Celebrate Christmas not with wine and memories of me, but with diligent searching for Christ's star on the horizon of your consciousness. And when you find the light that shows the way to the quiet dwelling where the infant is born, follow it, and bring to the feet of this child all your treasures and all your accumulated life wisdom. Make a cradle for the newborn from them, and stay with him until he grows strong within you, and begins to speak with your voice, see with your eyes, and taste food with your lips. Then Christ will come a second time into the world, making it paradise and erasing every boundary in your mind between life and death. Leave identification with the body for 3 days and become pure spirit, still present in the world and dwelling among people. Who are these people if not angels inhabiting paradise, compelled to be guided by your faith in building everyday pictures? As long as you believe that Christ is someone separate from you, everyone who comes to you will play out this separation from truth in every way. By what measure you measure the world, with that it will come to you. There is no other world except the one built on your faith. Therefore, entry into paradise is available only to Christ, and He is within you, and you are within Him forever and always. Rejoice, child, for the nativity of Christ within you is not an annual event. The star of Bethlehem is in the sky eternally, as eternal is the call of paradise to you. And therefore, do not crown your celebration with a calendar day, but with the call of your heart, which does not fall silent for a moment, and for which every day is fitting for Christmas. Wherever the Son of Man may be, He awaits entry at the gates of paradise. So become a magus, turn your gaze to the sky, and follow the star in search of eternal truth in the very depths of your soul. Beware of worldly logic and the clouding of the mind. They are not your companions, but phantom lights distracting attention from the main step. As long as you give yourself entirely to this illusion, the need for this world, as you see it, will be preserved. For the mirror of the river's surface is meant to reflect error, not for mockery of you, but for its quickest correction. Therefore, leave angry condemnation of reflected pictures. Enter the Jordan with resolve, washing away with water the dogmas frozen on the surface of your mind. And, emerging pure from it, survey your dwelling with an innocent child's gaze and become who you are by right of your birth. Sinfulness is a test of faith in your original, natural, and unchanging state. You invented sin so that the path would seem difficult and therefore significant. A stop on your path seems like a delay, and sometimes a departure from the road. But sin should not become a punishing sword for your hesitant steps. Sin is born of the fear of making mistakes in a world where error is recognized as reality. Fear of making mistakes gives birth to belief in your own will, separate from the will of the source, which nevertheless is entirely yours and is fully felt by you as true. Fear of making mistakes indeed gives birth to the illusion of free will. But is a person free to act separately in a world permeated by divine light, being a creature of light and originally divine by nature? What is called sin must be examined more than anything else under the light of your brightest attention, and cleansed first of all from any unworthy name. To carry sin and the memory of sin without the intention to present it to the light of wisdom means to contradict the very design of the earthly world, in which any error is meant to be healed and dissolved in love. What is called sin? Let it be opened to your clear gaze and placed on the altar of your heart. There, seek in sin the only cause, forgetting yourself and thinking of yourself as something lost and temporary, separated from the source. Sinfulness is a test of faith in the source, and therefore it had to arise as your own way of punishing yourself for forgetfulness. It is not your fault, child, that you allowed yourself excessive fascination with the kaleidoscope of forms, for which no one will judge you, for judgment and the Creator's design are incompatible. How to distinguish sin from truth? Can your light give birth to distortions where there is only space of purity and clarity? Instead of the current way of punishing yourself for separation from the source, simply return to the source and dwell in it. From attacks on yourself, memories of your light cannot be extracted, so cast away all craving for suffering clothed in unworthiness. What is born by the Creator's design cannot be distorted by any belief in unworthiness. Forgiveness of sin is bringing it to the light and acknowledging that in your lostness, yielding to fear, you sought help in returning to where you came from, having created through the play of forms a world of illusions. Your home, full of love, awaits you in anticipation of a soon reunion. To deny your lostness is pointless. Otherwise, who in sound memory of home would create so many ways not to return to it, while with all their heart nevertheless desiring this return? By belief in sin, you veto your return, and you delegate the right of forgiveness to a power you have forgotten and to which you ascribe punitive properties. What was created by you will be cancelled by you. Otherwise, this sad game will never end. What you have forgiven in others, you have forgiven in yourself. How else to resolve your dispute with yourself about the necessity of punishment than by acknowledging that punishment is meaningless once remembrance of light has occurred? Therefore, do not thirst for punishment, but for remembrance. In your very depths, this remembrance is hidden and carefully preserved for you, until the time when all games of sin will be abandoned, and the divine child will emerge from the shadow of fear, and, in the courage granted by love itself, will look at themselves and be struck speechless by the sight of their heavenly light, illuminating the entire universe. Trust and believe. It helps, it heals the divine power. The magic of the state that is born under the canopy of a summer stream of rays. That is your answer to God's grace to fill you with life. Whatever knowledge is born within you, you understand as a goal. You are stuffed with goals and completely tangled in them. Faithfulness to life is not in blind following of prescribed truths. The readiness to leave them comes from the greatness of your natural spirit, from which comes the courage to be, the courage to create the beauty of existence. Wherever your attention may be, let the false cease to be loud. The joy calling you is the main key to the doors of knowledge. Rarely can the voice express the magnitude of your understanding. Therefore, neither in voice nor in words lies your power. The morning becomes your godmother, giving birth to you in the world again and again. The evening becomes your godfather, sending you to the valley of the eternal. What anxieties, what pain manifests in you, if there is no pain for that which moves in the bubbling stream of dreams? The world will tempt you with earthly beauties. But what is the world to you if it is a small part of you, and you are the eye of God embodied in bodies? Become a bird in the infinite sky, flying without purpose, without destination. This is true realization, worthy of the Spirit. What seems like a goal in the world is but a turn of illusion, born of illusion itself. Flight, the spread of wings, streams of wind on the wings. Why not a goal? Why not the essence? Speak then in the name of this wind on the wings, and such a conversation will have foundation. The absurdity of attempts to pull out of the world of dreams the one who dreams them, nevertheless speaks of the fact that dreams have bound you. How to pull out of a dream one who is created only by the dream? Complete disidentification is a sure sign of awakening. When there is neither the disidentified nor the illusion, that which is immortal is born. Illness of the spirit is possible only in a dream, bound by the thick fog of disbelief, of not sensing the boundless nature of the dreamer. Grasp this and look at the world clearly, even though your gaze will touch forms. The striving to exit the frame of the visible shortens your days in the game of the spiritual path. To replace striving with exit, that is the goal of the one who is ready to give you what knocks outward from the depths of your being. The difficulty is not in the exit, for where there are no doors, there is nothing to open. The difficulty is in the readiness to accept the will of the divine order, in which reality becomes the voice of your I. There is nothing more to desire. What is grasped was part of the dream. What is not spoken of dwelt in eternity. The flying bird is an answer to your ability to create images according to your beliefs. With equal success, I can give you another reference point. A running lynx, a released arrow, a bullet frozen in space around which the world slides. We speak with you as if we combined within ourselves both shadows and the sun that creates those shadows. The question that remains unanswered is the perfect symphony of meanings. For from what space can an answer be given if both the question and the answer are part of the coordinate system in which you are temporarily stuck? Hurry to be. Perhaps the best thing that can be expected of you is something that perfectly demonstrates the absurdity of any hurry. Wordplay is a wonderful imitation of the human mind's craving for impulse, for the necessity to somehow act, where the goal is achieved by complete release of the goal. To hurry to be means to deprive yourself of any desire to hurry, to do something, to achieve something, for there is no being as a goal separate from you. To be means to be aware of what is. What do you know about yourself? By what measure do you measure yourself? Do you proceed from the right measure, thinking of yourself as something ordinary and fully understood? Your earthly knowledge is not enough to comprehend yourself as a whole. With the same meager baggage, you come to me and to our source, trying to explain us with the knowledge known to you. Therefore, do not try to reason about me and about the whole from which we come. The infinity of this nature cannot be embraced by the earthly mind, but in silence contradictions are erased, and everything in silence comes to be. If from silence you comprehend us, your words gain the ground of truth. The healing from demons that Mark speaks of is healing from the erroneous belief in what you are not. This was the first part of the series, the multidimensional message of Jesus. 9 more chapters of this spiritual journey lie ahead, if this message has found resonance in your heart. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next parts. Remember, the pearl you seek is already within you. You need only remember this. See you in the next video.